Nithyanandam guys, it's the Kundalini Yogini. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, make sure to do so that we can all grow as more conscious beings together and work towards a more sustainable planet. So today we're going to get right into it. I am doing a personal video, a Q&A. So on my Instagram, I just asked you guys a few days back to send me questions that you'd like me to answer about myself or whatever. And you guys sent me a ton of questions, really good questions, so I'm going to dive into those in this video. And if you haven't followed me yet on Instagram, make sure to do so. It's kundaliniyoginiprasiddha is my username. You'll find it if you just type Kundalini Yogini. And shoot me your questions there also. You can always DM me there as well. And this video, I'm actually just going to focus on personal questions, and then I'll make a follow-up video for all of the other questions that were sent to me where I'll answer those for you guys. So we're going to get right into it with our first question. Okay, great first question. So I was asked by Ascended Diaries, what made me choose or feel drawn to Hinduism over normal spirituality? This is a great question, and I'm actually going to make, it's so funny that this is the first question, I'm going to be making a follow-up video completely on this question. But to answer in short, how I ended up at Hinduism was because where I had gone through my spiritual seeking, my spiritual journey, I decided I wasn't going to call myself any other religion, but I had come to these conclusions about, I guess, the ultimate truths of the universe and life and the cosmos and the divine and our relationship to the divine. And when I learned about Hinduism for the first time at a program called Inner Awakening in India under my guru, Sri Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, it was just like every single thing that was being taught and told was completely aligned to what I personally believed, and what I came to the conclusion after many years of seeking was the ultimate, and it just has continued to not only align with my truths but also be an endless source of knowledge and lifestyle which really allows you to live the ultimate. So that is why I practice Hinduism, because it gives me enormous benefit day to day. It's not something which just is like for faith or that is a set of beliefs. It's actually a practical application to my life which gives me so many endless benefits for my personal health, for my healing, and for my connection to God and to the divine, and a direct way to actually experience that without having to believe it. So that is, in short, why I follow Hinduism. Alright, next question. So would I ever move back to my lifestyle here in California? Yes, the answer is I'm actually doing that right now. I still don't know, to be honest, how long I will be here, but I do know that no matter where I go, I feel really empowered where I am, and I know that I can live authentically and live my spirituality wherever I go. I don't worry too much about the place that I'm in also, or think that that is what's going to hold me back from living my spirituality. Okay, next question is, what are my plans in the near future? Asked by Ilona, my dear friend who was at the Adinam with me for a while. Okay, in the near future, I'm basically just focusing in creating and growing myself as an individual, expanding my knowledge on a lot of topics specifically regarding health, which I'm extremely passionate about, and which I'm working actually, spoiler alert, I'm going to be actually working to get certified in Ayurveda. So that, I guess, is like the biggest thing which is on my agenda, which I'm going to be starting next month or so. So I'm very excited to get going and further my knowledge on the path of healing and be able to actually give more to all of you guys being a certified practitioner. Okay, next question is by my brother, Sri Rupa Priya. What is the coolest thing about being a yogi? This is a hard one to answer, so many cool things, I guess, but I would say the coolest thing for me about being a yogini is the freedom that you feel in your own body. And truly, I believe it's the most valuable thing you could ever own in your lifetime, is feeling like you can use your body for whatever purpose you want. And I feel like we live so much of our life thinking that we don't even have that power and that freedom, that if we're a victim to our circumstances and our illnesses and our weaknesses. But when you live a lifestyle of yoga, you realize how much power you can take back over your body and how you can just enjoy your body to the fullest. Okay, this next question is by Victoria. Do you get hate for your dreads? And if so, how do you deal with it? Oh, good question. Definitely not all the time. Like, it's not a very common thing that I get hate for my dreads, but it definitely does happen. I would say mainly online. I've never had anything in person happen to me, but on YouTube, yes, especially on my videos about dreadlocks, I have gotten a lot, some negative comments. Usually it's just a misunderstanding, and I do understand the place which people come from when they say it, but I wish that we could all be more open-minded to understanding that this is a spiritual tradition for many cultures, not just one. This isn't just allowed for one ethnicity. That's kind of ridiculous in my opinion. I definitely understand again where they're coming from, but I also believe that it's a part of many ancient cultures, specifically and including Hinduism and Hindu tradition and Shaivite tradition, and it's a part of my religion, so I don't feel like it's justified to shame anyone for a practice which they do for something they believe in and something which is tied to their culture and their religion. So that's usually what I respond with. It doesn't really bother me because I do know why I'm doing it and that my guru has instructed me to do it, so I don't question that, but I do get some comments here and there. Okay, my next question I got from a few people, which was, where am I from and what is my real name? So I am actually from a town called Huntington Beach, California, in the United States. I grew up there my entire life until pretty much I moved to India, and my real name is Nithyanandam. That is my spiritual name, and soon to be my legal name. I just have to go through the process, which is a little tedious. I was born as Jillian Doak, that was my birth name, and now I go by Prasiddha. That's basically like my new first name, is Prasiddha, and everyone calls me this, including my family, including everybody that grew up with me, so that is what I go by, and it is really my real name. Okay, a blessed being asked me, what drives you constantly to pursue the spiritual path day in and out? Ooh, this is also a great question. What drives me is survival, to be honest. I kind of like to explain it this way. For me, I don't feel like it's something that is just like a nice thing to do in my life or in my day. For me, it's like a life or death thing. My spirituality is everything to me, and it's what keeps me sane, literally, and healthy and strong mentally, physically, and spiritually. So I feel like if I remove it from my life, it's not even an option in my mind, you know, and I think that's what keeps me aligned, and I'm eternally grateful that I went through the life experiences that I did throughout my childhood, so that I got to a place where it was like a life and death for me, because sometimes I feel like if we're not in that position, we don't always take things as seriously or understand the gravity of them until we really need them, right? We don't really realize something until it's gone. We don't really, sometimes only it takes us to be in a really dark place to know that we need the light, you know? And that really applies for me continuously, so that kind of is what drives me. And of course also having a living, breathing guru who is an embodiment of the divine in my life, directly relating to me, keeps me aligned in a really effortlessly also, because I'm always getting direct instruction and wisdom and guidance from him. Alright, next question is, are you building your business right now? By my friend Tiffany. Yes, I am. I have a few different avenues I'm working towards. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, I'm going to be getting certified in Ayurveda also. I'm also just building my personal brand and social media, Kundalini Yogini, and I'm really excited to get just continuous time to devote to you guys, my relationships with you, making more videos and content, and what the next thing I'm really working towards, which I actually started doing, but it's still been really small because I haven't really talked about it with you guys, is personal empowerment sessions. I don't really like the word life coaching, but I am doing that and am available already for that, so if any of you guys are interested, that is the business which I'm starting to create. It's something which is allowing me to be available for you guys, but also sustain myself in the world. So if you guys are interested in having a personal one-on-one hour-long sessions with me to help you with your life, relationships, and spirituality, I am available for booking, and that's on my Patreon. So in the description, you can check that out. You can also just search me on Patreon, Kundalini Yogini. Okay, I have another question. Would I want to have kids, and where would I want to raise them? Yes, I definitely, as of now, I do want to have kids, and I'm very excited about being a mother and raising children in a conscious way, and I plan on raising them wherever it happens to be that is guided by my guru, and if that is India or the US or Canada or a little bit of all three, which I probably foresee happening, I'm open to any of that. Next question, this is a good one, I get this a lot, is how do I afford to travel? Yes, travel is very affordable when it's your priority. To be honest, I always kind of tell people this, that really majority of the time you're spending money on things that are your priority, and that might be clothes or eating out or even paying for your like expensive house or whatever it is. But for me, none of those things are my priority, so I save my money and I use my money for traveling because that's my priority. So I would say it is very, very possible for most people in the world. You just have to reprioritize what you want to spend your money on. Okay, we will end on this question. Last question by Freya. Have I experienced astral projection? I would say yes and no. Not to the full extent, and purposefully so. I actually got to a point, I have very vivid dreams, and I would say I've lucid dreamed many times, but I actually didn't want to go down the path of astral projection for a few reasons. The prominent one being that you can encounter negative entities in that space, and if you're not aware, and you can just be really susceptible to negative experiences in that space, which I never wanted. I was not interested in, and my guru also shared that it's not really a great thing to be doing because it can affect your consciousness, and again, you can encounter, it's not a higher level plane to be taking yourself to, so it's just not a great idea most of the time. So I personally don't astral project, and I would probably say I wouldn't recommend that you do it either. So yeah. Anyways, I hope this was kind of interesting and gave you guys an insight into who I am a little bit deeper and what I'm up to these days. Definitely, if you have further questions, I will try my best to answer them. Again, you can reach out to me on Instagram or my Patreon if you want a personal session with me. Thank you guys, thanks for listening, and love you guys. Catch you soon. Be blissful.